The racing world was left stunned after reports surfaced about the sudden death of Kyle Busch at just 41 years old. In the days leading up to the heartbreaking news, Busch had apparently been dealing with health issues that few fans fully understood at the time. During the Watkins Glen International race on May 10th, sports reporter Dustin Long revealed that Busch made an unusual request over team radio communications. According to Long, Busch asked his crew to locate Dr. William Heisel because he would need medical attention after the race. What immediately caught attention was that Busch never explained exactly what was wrong while speaking over the radio. At the same time, Fox Sports broadcaster Mike Joy mentioned during the race coverage that Busch had been battling what was described as a sinus cold throughout the week. At first, many fans assumed it was nothing serious. In professional sports, athletes often continue competing through illness or discomfort without drawing much attention to it. However, 6 days later, Busch admitted in an interview with Jeff Gluck from The Athletic that the illness had not improved. He explained that the cough he was dealing with had become severe and that he still was not feeling well physically. Those comments now feel especially emotional and difficult for fans looking back after learning what happened next. On May 21st, the NASCAR community officially confirmed the devastating news that Kyle Busch had passed away following a severe illness that reportedly resulted in hospitalization. The organization released a public statement expressing heartbreak over the loss, describing Busch as one of the sport's most important figures and a giant within NASCAR racing. Fans across social media immediately reacted with disbelief, sadness, and confusion, especially because Busch had still been actively competing just days earlier. Before NASCAR released its statement, Busch's family shared that he had been hospitalized due to a serious medical condition. While details surrounding the illness remained limited, the sudden nature of the situation made the news even harder for longtime racing fans to process. Beyond his accomplishments on the track, many people remembered Busch as a dedicated husband and father. He is survived by his wife Samantha Busch and their 2 children, Braxton and Lennox. For years, Busch had built a reputation as one of NASCAR's fiercest competitors. Whether fans loved him or rooted against him during races, there was no denying the impact he had on the sport and the intensity he brought every time he stepped into a car. Now, many supporters are revisiting his final interviews and appearances, realizing that he may have been quietly struggling physically while continuing to push forward professionally. As tributes continue pouring in for Kyle Busch, many fans are reflecting not only on his racing career, but also on the strength he appeared to show during his final days. Looking back, his comments about lingering illness and severe coughing now carry a much heavier emotional weight. At the time, they sounded like the kind of temporary sickness athletes often brush aside while focusing on competition. But after the announcement of his death, many people began revisiting those interviews with completely different emotions. Throughout his career, Busch became known for his fearless driving style, emotional intensity, and ability to remain competitive under enormous pressure. He built a passionate fan base while also becoming one of the most recognizable names in modern NASCAR history. Beyond the statistics and victories, however, fans are now remembering the human side of Busch. The husband, the father, and the competitor who continued showing up even while apparently feeling physically unwell. Social media quickly filled with emotional tributes from fellow drivers, broadcasters, and longtime supporters sharing memories of races, interviews, and moments that defined his legacy in the sport. For many in the racing community, the loss feels especially shocking because Busch still seemed actively involved in the future of NASCAR only days before everything changed. His passing leaves behind not only a grieving family but also an enormous void inside the world of professional racing that will not easily be forgotten.